So insolvencies dropped dramatically during that period. It's
Everybody got
probably
CERB checks, right?
I've been a trustee since 1996, and the firm has been operating since 1991. Uh, in large part, it's been a consumer practice, bankruptcies and proposals, with some corporate work throughout the years. But mostly consumer debtors, individuals who find themselves through some fault of their own, and sometimes no fault of their own, in circumstances they simply can't emerge from without the assistance of making some kind of proposal or bankruptcy. Obviously, the last resort is a bankruptcy when there's no reasonable prospect of putting forth some kind of settlement offer. But it's not always the case. In fact, consumer proposals have been sort of leading the way for probably the last 20 years, increasing in numbers from their inception, which was 1992. So most people want to avail themselves of that option, but it's not always a viable option.
Interesting, 1992, right? So obviously there was a major, financial recession in the early 90s that we were all dealing with. Obviously, I was very young at the time, but I hear the stories and I know some of the situations. We had something similar. I mean, 2020. How was your guys' business affected?
Surprisingly, intuitively, you would have thought that insolvencies would go through the roof at the beginning of the lockdown and everything else. The opposite occurred. So insolvencies dropped dramatically during that period.
Everybody got CERB checks, right? Everybody got
Well,
an
yeah,
infusion.
I was gonna say it's probably a combination of a couple of things. One was the government was pumping out gajillions of dollars to
Gajillions,
people,
yeah.
and businesses, and banks and lenders were reticent to, engage in the sort of normal collection activities. The optics just would have been so bad, would be my guess, that particularly for the chartered banks who were still making profits of, $3 billion every quarter or $1 billion every quarter, to be coming after people who weren't allowed to go to work. So there wasn't a lot of collection activity at the time, and of course people were getting money.
When did you see it increase? When did you start to see it increase? I mean, was it like right when rates went up, or was it sort of more recently now after they say it's about 18 months before interest rate hikes take effect?
Whoa, hey, ow.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I'm double subscribed. Do it yourself. Didn't get to fix the show though. Didn't get to fix the show.
Yeah, the increase has really been sort of more recent. I think banks have re-engaged in fairly aggressive collection activities. The money has dried up from the government, and people are finding themselves now carrying debt loads that just aren't sustainable, either on their earnings or on their fixed incomes. There's been an increase over the last, I don't know, probably 5 to 10 years of seniors finding themselves in difficulties. And so it's sort of the baby boom generation who's hitting retirement, but they're carrying debts into retirement.
And they can't, hang on
They
to
can't pay for it, especially when they renew at a higher
Right.
rate, right?
Well, Certainly when it comes to, if we're talking about real estate, then a lot of those baby boomers may have substantive equity in their homes. But nonetheless, the fixed incomes that they're getting aren't enough to support what mortgages they've still got left, plus increases in property taxes, utilities, and everything else, along with servicing, Visa cards, lines of credits that they were carrying when they stopped working.
Like, comment, and subscribe if you got anything from one of these clips. And if you want to see some more, press something on the screen here. Boom.
That was good.
That was good. I like that. That was good.